welcome. My name is Ashley, and I'm going to be guiding you through a little good morning Vinyasa flow. Nothing too crazy, just something to get the blood moving, get your day started. So, if you'd like, come to a nice, comfortable seat, Sukhasana. You can be cross legged for this position. You could also sit back on your heels in Virasana or up on a block or a blanket, whatever you have at home. Just take a moment here to arrive. Just turning your attention inward, noticing whatever thoughts, feelings, physical sensation may be coming up this morning, and just allowing it to be there without trying to fix or change anything. And sitting up nice and tall, rooting down through your sit bones, letting your shoulders relax away from your ears, reaching your crown up nice and high toward the sky. Maybe start to soften the space between your eyebrows, soften jaw, teeth, and tongue. And starting to find a connection with your breath, starting by noticing its texture, pace, maybe even temperature. And as you continue breathing, starting to make those breaths a little bit deeper, a little bit more complete, really filling up belly, ribs, and chest. And on your exhales, emptying everything out, pulling your navel in towards your spine. Just breathing like that at your own pace for a few moments. From here, if you had your eyes closed, you can start to flutter them open. We'll bring hands to our knees and start some large torso circles. So just circling in one direction, really stirring things up, anchoring through your sit bones. Just getting a little bit of movement, some energy coming into the body, waking things up. Next time you're upright, take those circles the other direction. Next time you come to the top, we'll release, stacking shoulders over hips. And take a nice big inhale, reach your arms up above your head. And on the exhale, plant your right palm right outside your right hip and reach your left arm up and over your ear. So looking up towards your top hands, and making sure that your top shoulder is rolling up toward the sky. Feeling nice length through that left side body. Next inhale, release, come through center. Exhale, take it over to the left side. Reaching through fingertips, feeling that expansion, that space between every rib on right side. Inhale through center. This time, we'll bring the left hand to right knee. Bring your right fingertips behind your back. Finding a little twist, a little seated twist. Sitting up nice and tall. Next inhale, release through center and take it over to the other side. Really twisting through navel, ribs, and chest. Next inhale, release. And then from here, we'll meet on hands and knees. So finding our table pose, I'm just checking for alignment. Fingers spread nice and wide here, shoulders stacked over wrists, hips stacked over knees, really grounding down through tops of feet and the shins. We'll invite some cat cow. So inhaling, tucking your toes, let your belly drop down, collarbones widen, look forward. Exhale, untuck toes, arch your spine, press the ground away. You can let your head drop down. Inhale for cow. Exhale, cat. So just moving like this on your own, linking breath and body. You can invite some intuitive movement here. So maybe you start to curve your spine, make large circles with your hips. Just doing whatever feels good for you this morning. And when you feel ready, we'll meet back up at center, neutral table. From here, keeping your hips stacked over your knees, thigh bones straight up and down, start to walk your hands forward. And when you can't reach any further, take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, let your chest melt down. So maybe your chest meets the mat, or maybe your chin may even meet the mat. Just finding your depth, finding what feels comfortable for you. Few breaths here. And start to walk hands back up, stacking shoulders over wrists. From here, send your right leg nice and long, keeping toes tucked. And find some rocks forward and back here. Just opening up the sole of your foot, hamstring. Next inhale, start to lift your toes up, so bringing that foot in line with your hip. We'll step right toes behind the left leg, look out past left shoulder. And from here, start to release, sweep the right foot out to the side. So right foot comes in line with left knee. And just making sure that your right hip isn't dialing up toward the sky. If you do feel that, bring two fingers into that hip crease and sort of dial it down, leveling off with the mat. So finding this little gate pose variation, we'll start to rock hips back and forth. So just drawing your sit bones toward that heel. And go once more. And we'll meet back up at the top. From here, start to walk your hands forward, and just like we just did with puppy pose, Anahatasana, once you can't reach anymore, take an inhale. Exhale, let your chest melt down. Next inhale, start to release, hands crawl back up. And from here, just bring your right knee to meet the left. From here, left leg goes long. Find those rocks on this side. Arriving back at stillness. Next inhale, lift the toes up and then step them behind the right leg, looking out past right shoulder. And from here, sweeping left leg out to the side. And once again, maybe give yourself that little self adjustment, dialing hips down, leveling off. We'll start those rocks forward and back on this side. So just sitting back toward right heel and coming forward, sort of flossing out that hip joint. And once more like that. We'll arrive back up at center. Walk your hands nice and long. Take an inhale. Exhale, let it go. And start to crawl hands back up. We'll bring left knee to meet the right. From here, spread your fingers nice and wide, really rooting down through all 10 fingertips. Tuck your toes, shift your hips up and back. Find downward facing dog. So for this first down dog, you can start to pedal out your feet, drawing one heel toward the mat and then the other. And take a nice deep bend with your knees. Re-straighten your legs, draw your heels down. Making sure you're really pressing down through your fingertips, pulling up through the center of your palm like a little suction cup. Head hangs nice and loose. Maybe you press your chest a little bit closer toward thighs, really sending that tailbone nice and high toward the sky. Breathing here. From here, take a nice deep bend in your knees. Start to look forward towards your hands. Inhale. Exhale, step your feet to the front of the mat to meet your hands. Find forward fold. So you can take your feet a little bit wider than hip distance here. You can grab opposite elbows and sort of sway from side to side. Let your head hang nice and loose. Nice deep bend in your knees. And let your chest rest on top of your thighs. And just paying attention to the weight in your feet. If you feel a lot of weight sending back toward your heels, maybe you start to send it forward toward the balls of your feet and vice versa. And start to release opposite elbows. Next inhale, slide your fingertips up your shins, look forward, slide your shoulders back. Half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, chest toward thighs, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale here, half lift. Exhale, let everything go. Once more like that. Next inhale, maybe you bring your hands to heart center. See how that feels. Exhale, draw everything in. From here, really ground down through your feet. Next inhale, tuck your chin and start to roll up nice and slow. Head comes up very, very last. And once you get there, we'll find Tadasana, mountain pose. Feet about hip distance apart, palms face forward, shoulders slide down your back, crown reaches up. And find that teeny tiny little tuck of the tailbone, nice long spine. And I'll invite you to set an intention here. So maybe bringing one hand to heart, one hand to belly. I like to set an intention for the day. So it could be anything, could be a personal intention. You could dedicate your practice to someone in need, sending your love and your energy toward them. So just take a moment to think of that now. When you have that intention or that person in mind, take a nice deep inhale through your nose. Exhale, sigh it out your mouth to seal it. You can release your hands, flutter your eyes open. Next inhale, sweep your arms up, look up towards your hands. Exhale, hinge from your hips, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, chest to thighs. Inhale, ground down through your feet, reach up. Exhale, let your hands go. We'll do that again. So inhaling, arms sweep up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chest to thighs. Inhale, reverse swan dive up to the top. Exhale, hands to heart. Once more like that. Inhaling here, gathering up your presence. Exhale, dive it forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chest to thighs. Inhale, root to rise, reach up. Exhale, let it go. From here, we'll add on before we start to cool down. So inhaling, arms reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step back, find a plank pose. You can be in high plank or you can lower your knees down. But if you are in high plank, making sure shoulders are stacked over wrists, fingers spread nice and wide, heels drawing toward the back of the room and down, and still finding that activation in the back of the thighs. From here, we'll lower down knees, chest, and then chin, elbows tucked nice and tight towards your rib cage. Inhale, untuck your toes, slide your chest through the window of your arms. Exhale, retuck your toes, shift your hips up and back, find downward facing dog. Pedal it out once more here. And we'll start to lower our knees down, find table. You can take some cat cows here, wash it out. Meeting back in our neutral table, we'll start to tuck our toes and then walk your hands back so your shoulders stack over your hips, but your toes are tucked underneath you. So sometimes I like to sort of move my pinky toe out of the way. It gets crushed sometimes. We'll just sit here in a little toe stretch, just stretching out the bottoms of the feet, really getting into our center of grounding here. Our feet are so important. They carry us through the day. We really need to pay attention to them. So from here, you can let your hands rest on your lap. Or if this feels a little too intense, just start to walk your hands forward and take some of the pressure off your feet. A few breaths here. Feel free to close your eyes and just notice. This is one of those poses where a lot tends to come up. It's quite uncomfortable, but can we challenge ourselves to breathe through discomfort, to breathe through sensation? That's how we practice moving through life, moving through our day to day. Can we breathe through it? Can we let those limiting thoughts and beliefs, can we let them go? 2 more breaths here. Try to make them nice and complete. No choppy breath. And release. Lean forward. You can tap your toes out on the mat. Sometimes feels good to get a little blood back in them. From here, we'll meet back in Sukhasana, easy seat, cross-legged or back on your heels on a block, whatever serves you in this moment. Bring your hands to your knees and just let your eyes close. Return back to your center. Return back to you. Breathing here. And as we breathe, maybe we start to invite Samavritti Pranayam, which is even inhales and even exhales. So if it feels good, you can also bring one hand to heart, one hand to belly. And we'll breathe in for a count of 4. So inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Continue like that on your own. You can shorten that count, lengthen it. And I'll also invite a mantra meditation as you do this. So I like to use the mantra So Hum. So Hum means I am that. I am that which is cosmic consciousness. I am that which is connected to source, to all things. So when you inhale, tell yourself internally, so, and exhale, hum. So, hum. And if you want to continue with that mantra meditation, feel free to pause this video and continue. If not, we'll start to release the mantra, come back to your normal steady breath. And from here, bring hands to heart center, bow your head towards your heart. Thank yourself for committing to your practice, for starting your day by doing something good for yourself. It was a pleasure to guide you, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you.